I don't think you guys might remember. Some of you might remember if you follow this kind of stuff. But when the CIA director called the invasion of Ukraine, and Russia was saying, no, absolutely not. We're just building up troops for blah, blah, all these kind of reasons, right? And the CIA director's like, no, they're going to invade. A lot of media, a lot of even American media went around saying, nah. Russia said they're not gonna, right?
Yeah.
This is all fantasy. Bam.
It happened.
Lickety-split invasion, right?
Right.
When the CIA director comes out, which is, they don't usually say things in public, like big statements, right? When they're saying that Xi Jinping has ordered its military to be ready to invade Taiwan in 2027, that's a different story. So we're looking at, geopolitics-wise, if you're looking at anything, you look at China and you're saying they're making calculations based on how Russia's doing in Ukraine, which is very poorly, right? They are looking at that and they're saying, well, this didn't go as planned. Although the invasion of Taiwan is very different, we can look at something going not the way it's supposed to be going and kind of learn something from that.
Well, dude, I mean, let's just rewind a little bit here.
Yeah.
Just before the invasion of Ukraine, we saw that huge military buildup as if they were going to invade Taiwan, remember? And they were waiting for it. Then when they saw how badly Russia failed, that they were going to take it over in a week, right?
Like
2 weeks.
Off, right?
They're going to, just like that. Or like 3 days or whatever they said.
Definitely won't concede territory back.
No, they were like, we're just going to take it over. And China bought that because, they're close allies with Russia. And they were like, good. Let them go first, a little test, and if they do well, like they said they would, then we'll do it.
It's a very CCP thing to do, by the way. Yeah. Like, let other people fuck it up, more or less. Like, we'll see.
And then it didn't work out for Russia, and so they're like, okay, let's put the brakes on that for a little bit here.
But the issue is that despite these calculations, it looks like they are maintaining momentum to go forward with it, right? So... unfortunately, we might be looking at, and that doesn't mean they're going to invade in 2027, by the way.
Yeah, it could be sooner, it could be later.
Could be later, but it means military ready by that time.
Sure.
Right? So it's not off the table is what I'm trying to say. We're not looking at a situation where it's absolutely not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
It's never really been off the table.
No, but there's been situations where you can look at it and be like, this is posturing. It is now becoming less posturing and more of a reality. This was just something that was kind of interesting that goes... It's only 3,000 votes, but it flies in the face of this idea that China, it kind of combats Chinese government propaganda. There was this, it's on Ask Middle East, so it's a subreddit for Middle Easterners, right?
Yep.
China's been promoting this idea that it's a dominant power. You'll see this in American shills, foreign shills that work for the CCP.
Yeah.
They'll say things like, the Middle East has shifted. They hate all... ideas of cooperating with anyone else. They want China. They want to cooperate with China.
And petrodollar and
all this kind of stuff. You'll see
they're
really driving it home,
right?
And, by and large, the Middle East is going to be less apt to like the U.S., right? But when asked in this poll, which would you want to have as a dominant world superpower, the U.S. won with 1.1 thousand votes in a Middle Eastern forum.
Yeah.
And China got 144 votes. China is not a dominant power. And actually, something people need to understand when we need to humanize people in different countries, because their actions of their government and their leaders are not representative of their people. Not non-free countries.
Look at like Pol Pot and, like the Khmer Rouge and stuff.
Yes.
Look anywhere. Look in Africa.
Yeah.
The governments suck.
Yeah.
And the governments,
by and large,
they love being like, dictators and whatnot. And that's fine, but you can't say that the people in whichever countries, like the Democratic Republic of course, Democratic, my ass. You know what I mean?
If you have to say it.
Yeah, it's not. But I mean, like the people on the ground that actually have to suffer all these horrible civil wars and stuff, they don't agree with their dictator shit government.
No, they make their lives worse.
No,
right?
they hate that shit.
So
it's not representative.
It bothers me when these foreign propaganda, I say foreign, I'll just say Western propagandists that work on behalf of the CCP push these narratives for the CCP, and it really... It's almost like dehumanizing to these people of these countries, right? That don't like China's leadership. They don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, they don't like the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative.
They don't want it.
The government officials love it because that means their pockets get lined.
It's entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway.
Yeah, just it's food for thought over there. Yeah, this is good news.
Yeah.
So you know about these clandestine police stations that China's been operating around the whole world for years?
Yes.
Well, the one in Manhattan, anyway, has closed down.
Yes. Isn't that good news?
I'd hope so. I would hope bloody so.
Yeah. I mean,
after the FBI raided it, well, the FBI is going to raid it and say, okay, you can stay open.
Carry on. Carry on, spy operation that targets Chinese dissidents.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I mean,
anyway,
that's positive.
We hope to see lots of these closing down. A bunch in Europe have closed down now.
Good.
Obviously, they're going to scramble and figure something else out, but we got to keep wasting their money and time.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep them on the run, right?
Absolutely.